So hello, welcome back. After making the big decision to take the axle out, I decided the tank's going to come out as well. So we did a bit of work off camera to jiggle it about. Realised there's a flap in the floor, so I could have disconnected the output pipe and the gauge on top, but it's too late now. So we've got these pipes disconnected to feed through the hole, and we're just jiggling it. Hopefully I won't drop it. Hopefully there's not much fuel in it, but we'll see. Oh, that went a lot better and more boringly than I thought, to be honest. So this is one of our problem areas. You can see he's had a lovely repair. So we're going to fire up the heat gun, clean as much of this crap off here, and see how bad things are. Obviously I don't want to is that through? No. I don't want to do anything in this area where the axle bolts on. So we're going to work around that. Yeah, so we clean the underseal around this area and have a look what's under this patch and this patch and this patch. Oh. Okay. So, as we can see, it's a top quality repair that's been done here. So, we're going to slice across this bottom edge and then get this patch out, and then see if we can do something a bit nicer than this dented in, badly welded horribleness. Okay. I'm gonna go with interesting. So we're gonna try and take that area out there, and this bit seems strong, so we'll put a bead down inside. I'm going to try and flush this, but we'll see what it's like inside. Yeah. Nice. We're a bit happier. The reason this is curved is this part of the rear axle support. And even though it doesn't look brilliant, it's really thick and pretty good. So all we got to do is replace this outer, well, it's outer, but it's in the skin across there, and then build up this bottom edge across the back of the axle support and then come down into this section. So I've just made a dirty finger template. Just going to cut out put on a piece of steel and see where we go from there. So after a bit of faffing about, it needs to come out a little bit like that. And I need to take a bit more off this bottom edge, probably up to the line that I marked previously and didn't cut to. Pretty standard. Maybe a little bit more off this back edge. And I'm going to cut out this, again, stunning bit of repair. And probably come back to here. So I'm doing a terrible job of filming where I'm looking. And box that in. And then we can come down into this section. Easy if you say it fast. And we're back. And we have a plan. Sort of plan. Somewhat of a plan. We're going to put a 90 in here. Cut this piece out. Cut this manky weld out. Drill 2 holes so we go over this. And then we can hide the weld on this seam. And come there. The metal's not bad there. And I'll try and recreate this bit somehow. It's going to be great. Perhaps. So we just folded a bit of steel. It's galv, which is not ideal, but it's all I can get. So let's give this a go. Right, I'm doing a bit of work off camera to try and make a bit of progress. This is what we've achieved. So I'm hoping to... I need to take a little bit more off there so these two join. Probably fill that with weld. Put a seam across this back edge. Obviously I've got to weld that up yet. It's not quite perfect on the inside. Oh, not enough metal there. That'll be like that. And then that'll give us something. And then probably... look on the other side. Right, okay. So I think what this will do is a curve like that. So if we get a pen, something along those lines, and then we'll have to fill that gap. Deliberately left there, obviously, and I need to take a bit more off the bottom edge to get this to work, but I think we're getting it. Might not be the prettiest, but it'll be strong and nice, and then we'll start working into building the wheel arch sections, which we can do with it's a bit thicker, but we'll get there. Yeah, so something along those lines, and like I say, we'll fill this gap, and we should be able to seam well. We're gonna have to come a bit forward, but the lift arm's in the way at the minute, but pretty reasonably happy with that. We need to come a little bit more that way, but that's fine. And like I say, I need to take off a little nip off the bottom to get it straight or flat to the bottom of the sill. So we'll move into what we're going to do in here. Not enough metal to stick my torch to. Yeah, I'm going to take the under seal off a bit higher so we can see where we're going. But I think we've got a reasonable plan. Perhaps. Okay. Again, not filming where I'm looking. I think what I'm going to do is cut a square or rectangle out of thicker metal, bend this edge up so it can be welded round that hole, and then probably come across here and down to make this section, and then one strip down there with a flange on the bottom of it, and then one strip which will go in. Oh, stop doing that. One strip which will come down this right hand side, but it's a fluid operation. We'll see where we go. So we've knocked a little cover plate up to go around this square hole, which when that's seam sealed and sealed, that'll be nice, and I'll seam seal round this inside edge as well. This side needs to go back. There's a bit of a gap there, but we can hammer that back in when it's starting to go in. So we're now going to start making this section here. I need to get a clip to put on there. Okay, next bit. It may not look like it, but we are somewhat getting somewhere-ish. So we're going to clamp there, mark that curve that we cut on the other panel on the back, cut that out, and then we can start working up into, oh my god, start working up into this area then. Yeah, I think we've sort of got the curve. Starting to get somewhere. Obviously this is not, I'm not going to just weld these over the top of the rest. I'm going to take a bit more off this one to there, and then cut plate behind the join like I've done before, and then these should be reasonably flush. Inside edge is looking a lot better. I'm gonna have to put a little fillet in that corner, but other than that, we're getting there. So next piece we need to make, so obviously this is not going to be obviously this is not going to be original. What I'm probably going to do is come over, this needs to be like that, pushed in further that way to make it flush. Obviously all this rot is going to be cut out. The next piece I'm going to try and make, this one's going to come up a little bit further, whoops, to there, and then it'll overlap this. We can put a plug weld strip of about 1 centimetre there. Then I'll weld a flange on this piece that I'm about to make. What the hell's all that? And then probably tiger seal. Oh, it's bits of underseal crap. Tiger seal this into this seam, because this seems pretty good-ish. Yeah, so we're going to take an outline off this and then cut this piece out, like I say, so it overlaps this way about 1 centimetre, and then try and bend it to make it fit this shape, pretty much. But yeah, it's going to be a lot better than it was. Probably not going to be factory, but when it's seam sealed, undersealed, be lovely. Got to stop somewhere, and I can't get panels at the moment, so this is where we're stopping. So like I say, that edge needs to go in loads. We'll do that when we're tweaking things in a bit, and then I'll weld a flange on the bottom of this section so it can be attached to this. Right, out the template again. So in arts and crafts, we cut this cardboard template. It needs to go a little bit more, actually it's not far off, so we'll cut that out of steel and see if we can tweak, stroke, manipulate it to vaguely what we want. Okay, I think that's going to bring the end of today. Obviously it'll fit better when these two pieces are flushed. The moment we've got a slight sort of waver there. But that's kind of the gist of what we're going for. This edge needs to go, whoop, oh, that clip didn't take. This edge needs to go further in as well. But yeah, it should make more sense when it all starts getting welded. And maybe a bit of tiger seal, but we'll see how that goes. So I think that's the end of this episode. Hopefully it's been, I haven't really done any GoPro footage, time lapse, stuff. It's just been basically plodding. I can't move my vise from the back of the workshop to the front because I spent most of the day walking back and forwards to bend things. If I had it fitted on my little fabrication table there, it'd make life a lot easier. And we also need to come, there's a hole there around that screw hole, so that's inside the chassis rail. So I think what we'll do is get a hole saw, cut a circular hole, and then cut a circular hole in a piece of steel, same size, and maybe weld some washers inside as tabs or something, just to give ourselves a bit of support, and then bend this edge over a bit to take into account this curve. But yeah, hopefully, like I say, we're not going for concourse, we're going for what we can do with what we got available, and it'll be strong, safe, and once it's got seam sealer, bit of under seal, it should look reasonably nice. Famous last words, but I'm already pretty happy with how it's coming out. So yeah, hopefully see you again soon. Take care. Bye bye.